All right. Hello, good morning to you all, and this is cool. Sorry. Hello, good morning to you all, and welcome to Hello Pilipinas. Today is Saturday, October 5, 2024. Yes, that's right. Indeed live on. We are indeed live right here. Let me just double check my YouTube real quick, just to confirm. Very slow. But yes, as of right now, we are still not live on. As of right now, we are still not live on in Cool Studios at this time because the Hello Pilipinas and Cool News Studios are still under construction at this time. So yes, guys, we are indeed live. As I can see this live stream, we are indeed live. Yep, we are indeed live. All right, so now let's get into some lifestyle updates here. Actually, let me just double check if it's already configured properly. But yeah, my VM is absolutely running sluggish. Oh yeah, it has already been configured. So it's already been configured. All right, so back to my mini PC here. For whatever reason, it's taking a while to connect. There it is. Alright, so now let's go to let's get into the lifestyle happenings now. Let's go to lifestyle.inquire.net. Whoops. Alright, so let's take a look at the latest style trends according to uh, Paris Fashion Week 2024. Alright, so here are the lifestyle. Sorry, not are the lifestyle. Here are the style trends for from the fashion according to fashion Paris Fashion Week. So let's take a look right here. So here it is. After weeks of shoots and runways from your favorite models and designers, Paris Fashion Week finally wrapped up last October 1. The biggest takeaway, trends are finally shifting. For years, the minimalistic style has been the main focus. However, this year, more and more designers are back to experimenting with bold and loud maximalist styles, not since the 2000s. I believe they made a mistake here. I don't know, but let's keep going. Keep all the trendy looks from the Fashion Week Paris Fashion Week shows you might want to try down. So here it is. So the first one is sheer crease. Look at that. We have sheer crease right here. So yeah, sheer is definitely the top trend for this year's Fashion Week. From Channel to Valentino, designers left and right are all about layering sheer look, a staple on the runway in this year's collection. So here is the gallery of that one here. Next one we have here is florals and loud prints. So we have the two of them here. On the left is florals and on the right is loud prints. Look at that. With the maximalist trend in full swing, floral patterns and loud prints are in bloom. These allow designers to explore bolder and more complex designs like dresses adorned with several abstract patterns and prints as seen in the collections of Prada, Louis Vuitton, and Valentino. Next one is leather. We have leather coats right here. A touch of leather never goes wrong. Brands such as Hermes and Dior brought back leather to complete their Paris Fashion Week runway looks. Whether it be a jacket or a glove paired with long dresses or slacks, the touch of leather ties up the entire look. And frills and ruffles. With the return of maximalist styling, frills and ruffles are back, and designers can take advantage of this by mixing and matching different textures and layers, giving the style a more romantic feel to it. So there you go. That's on the left that's frills, and on the right that's ruffles. In the other news, not other news, in the other related fashion headlines, we have what it seems to be a departure. As Paris Fashion Week reached its end, it unleashed a dramatic surprise as Hedi Simlin officially left Celine. Celine-inspired company LVMH released a statement yesterday, October 2, that cited Simon's departure and their deep gratitude for the creative head. Under his creative and artistic direction, Celine has experienced exceptional growth and established itself as an ironic French cultural house. They added that Celine's contributions have embedded Celine's artistic brand in the Parisian haute couture scene. So, as its artistic, creative, and image director since February 2018, Hedi Slimane knew how to change the tides of fashion to attract the younger generation into the French luxury fashion house reach. He created pieces with a touch of rock and roll, which evidently defined the modern Celine brand. Dropping the accented E in Celine, inspired by the brand's 1960s historical roots, was one of Celine's bolder moves. The accent on the E has been removed to enable a simplified and more balanced proportion, evoking the Celine collections of the 1960s where the accent wasn't used often. Their Instagram post stated after reintroducing the logo. This gave Celine a more elegant and fresher approach to its audience. The French artistic director also steered Celine towards menswear when they released their first menswear collection in 2019. In addition to Celine's signature rock and roll vibe, he also tried to introduce a more classic French academia style for his succeeding collections. In addition to the reimagined runway looks, Celine was also responsible for launching Celine's at the perfumery that offered scents for men and women. The brand also debuted the Celine Beauty makeup line to the public, a first since its opening. According to a Reuters article, Luca Soca, Bernstein analyst stated that Celine's overall impact likely generated 2.5 billion euros in revenue for Celine. And in the wake of Celine's departure, the LVMH group has announced that Michael Ryder will take over Celine's artistic director position. The New York-based designer recently spearheaded fashion collections from luxury brands like Balenciaga and Ralph Lauren. He was also a former design director at Celine from 2008 to 2018. And now for the art related stuff here. Let's get one thing straight. Zian Alonso doesn't make weapons. Or at least, he consistently decries the idea of his knives functioning outside their Italian or artistic context. I could probably make something way better than whatever's in the market in terms of utility and material stability, but then it's just against my values to make something like that, he says matter of factly. And this is Zian Alonso of Balete Blades, a product of multidisciplinary design backgrounds with a fondness for material manipulation and a fascinating affinity for Dungeons and Dragons. His assistant's nickname is Goblet. Any Cafe co-owner and Balete Blades media and marketing guy Cherry Crisologo is oppressed because he gives us health portions. Ed Alonso is the self-proclaimed city dwarf. The 27-year-old scrap is forged from a clear-cut identity, bespoke designer blades that get collectors' juices flowing. There's not one specific profession that likes these things. It's like jewelry for men, like fancy watches, fancy knives, fancy cars. It's just different skills of different things, he says. On a visit to his Pasay workshop inside a compound that's shared with a paper mill, an architecture firm, and a pop-up and display stem manufacturer, Alonso's precision is on full display. But it comes in many forms, except perhaps in his ground floor space, judging from the greater clutter that is somehow indicative of the messy genius territory. I always work off a creative mess, he says. So here is his materials right here, and there is the image caption: the screws organizer. There it is. We have we have several different sizes of titanium screws, both to hold the knife together, body screws, or to set the billiard screws, which hold the knife as if billiards open and close. And continuing here, Alonso's clarity is distinctly internal and innate, instinctive to a degree, intuitive to space, empathically inherent, and it pervades much of his work even when he needs to be both technological and technical, two qualities that date back from his early days as an industrial design student, honing his metalworking and woodworking techniques in his dorm at De La Salle College of Saint Benite, where he secretly made his first knife, or a curving knife for wood, out of a really old felt bought from a hardware store. So we have folding knife handle liner. There it is. That's what he's showing here, and with the barrel and a stock pin. So that's a lot here to go over here. As you can see, this is how it's being done. Yes, this is how it's being done. Oh, look at that. This is how it's being done. And as you can see, he's holding that one, and then he's just doing his work right here. And then after he's done with that, he inserts his whatever his forged knife into that forced air burner, and then this is the result. Mild steel is like play. And then after that, this is the final results. Oh, actually, sorry, that's templates, but yeah, this is the results. Yeah, this is the results. Yep, like that. This is the result. And These two knives are called the Grutter and the Any Faulty knives. And this is their collection. Oh yeah, Jordi Navarro's custom knife. That's what you are seeing here right now. And the hammer texture just above Zian Alonso's signature. That's where the signature is placed here. It looks very nice. And this is the artist right here. Look at that. It's, it's beautifully made. It's beautifully made, and that this is the vegetable cutter where it's being used to chop the vegetables right here. And he's showing more here. I think this is one of the 5 pieces he's making for the pop-up exhibit and charity audition at Comuna. Yeah, it looks very rustic, I would say. And another work how it's being done right here. The second of the tabletop 3-axis mini mill. So there's that. And after that, this is that's another look at the custom Jordi Navarro knife. So here is the quote, not the quote. So here is what he had to say. Good design is all about balance, especially when we are doing tools. They fundamentally have to be a tool first. So yeah, there you go. That's how uh, creatively designed knives look like. And and yes, that's frame lock folding knives. And yeah, look at that. That's Zian Alonso doing his job in in crafting one of the folding knives. Looking really good so far. Alright, it is now 7:18 in the morning, and we will get more into the lifestyle and entertainment happenings right here on Hello Pilipinas, along with koolNews Early Edition later at the second or third gap right here. So stick around. Hello Pilipinas will return after these messages.
Kung di nawala. A better mix of music. Cool FM.
Welcome back to Hello Pilipinas. It's 7:26 in the morning, and you're still with us right here. Okay, so now let's get into the entertainment happenings right here. Let's get into that. Let's recap the entertainment news from yesterday. So some netizens have been wondering why Barbie in Pearl is not part of Battle Punapa. Well, it has been debunked. If it has been debunked regarding the rumor exit in the show. So production company Dreamscape Entertainment addressed the rumors surrounding Barbie and Pearl's stunt in Banda Quiapo, stressing that the actress is still part of a TV series and is in communication with the production team. Rumors of Impearl's supposed abrupt exit from the show apparently arose after incidents noticed that she was in Italy instead of filming for the Coco Martin-led series. Impearl was in Italy with her rumored boyfriend, actor Richard Gutierrez, who was filming with who was filming his upcoming action drama Incognito in the said country. There is no truth to the rumors that Barbie Impearl is no longer part of FPJ's Batang Kuyapo. Barbie, Coco Martin, and the production team openly communicate with each other, and she remains committed to the series. Dreamscape Entertainment said in a statement released on Thursday, October 3. Viewers can look forward to her exciting scenes as teased in the coming episodes, it added, referring to the actress' character. Emperor also shared the production company's statement through her Instagram stories, adding a red exclamation mark emoji. In Patang Quiapo, Tisay is a singer and a gambler who met Martin Tanggol at the casino. Emperor first appeared in the TV series in August, but further details on her character have yet to be revealed to the viewers as of this writing. And emotional heart Evangelista wrapped up her Paris Fashion Week journey, hoping that she was able to fulfill to her current glam team the shortcomings she had with her previous one. Evangelista documented her last day in Paris through an Instagram video on Thursday, October 3, which included her fittings, meetings, and attendance at the Louis Vuitton show. She also gave a glimpse of her traditional coffee giving for Fashion Week photographers, in which they gave out not just coffees and pastries, but also small gifts for them. At the latter part of the video, Evangelista and her team had a pictorial at a street in Paris with the view of the Eiffel Tower. The actress' fashion personality then couldn't help but be emotional as she exchanged hugs and words of appreciation with her team. The group also expressed their gratitude to Evangelista for fighting for them. "We will fight for you, dear, no matter what. Maniwala ka sa amin, iba kami." One of them told Evangelista, who already burst into tears. So here it is.
Hindi ako umiyak kasi kanina nagdasal ako na sana okay lahat. Kasi ay pictorial ko dati dito. Pwede yung mga kasama. Ano ba yun?
Okay, we are experiencing some technical difficulties at this time. I don't know why. So give me 1 second here. Let me just pull up the video. Hold on. Alright, give me 1 second. Oh, wait, no. Wait. Hold on. So, okay. think hopefully this is the right video here. Okay, so here is the wait a minute, the video is still being downloaded as we speak. So yeah, again, for some reason I cannot, the video is stuttering on my end, on my PC, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to do a backup plan right here. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so here is what Heart Evangelista had to say about this one.
Hindi ako umiyak kasi kanina sila ko na sana okay lahat kasi nag-pictorial lang ako dati dito. Iba yung mga kasama.
Ay, ito ba yun?
Kaya parang sabi ko in Jesus name, sana kung meron akong pagkukulang sa nakaraan ko, sana talagang magbigay ko sa inyo kasi I really want you guys to be happy.
It's the last day of Fashion Week before I fly out. So we're gonna make the most out of our last day. Let's begin the day. Actually, I like it so much. Pero yung bag, yung pink na ulit. Wala.
So here is Heart Evangelista showcasing her last moment of fashion.
Hindi ka nagsasalita. 1 hour lang tayo dito, diba? Sino mag-video? Sana hindi po ulit-ulit. I'm a diva like that. Actually, okay ako. I can do it like 3 to 5
So yeah,
days.
this is how it's being
No,
done.
5.
And since this is a 10-minute long video, we're just gonna skip over here. Let's do that.
Thank you, Lord God, for blessing us with good health and all the angels that surrounds us. Last show, we praise you and we thank you for this opportunity as always. We glorify you in every way we can. In Jesus' name, amen! Amen. Masyadong stress.
Parang kaya potential.
Lagi ba na itsura niya?
So you can see our Heart Evangelista was praying right there. Now, if we take a look at the one of the last moments here, which we will get into right here, one moment. So yeah, if we take a look right here, so yeah, it went well for her. That's always good to hear. Now, let's take a look at the... There it is. So yeah, one more time here. So yeah, there it is. That's her moments here. Let's put this one here.
Yes, welcome!
Hey, we have Carlos Leo. I see Carlos Leo here. Sorry. Anyways, let's
Wait lang. Wala po sa akin. Grabe. Akala ko hulista na.
Thank you guys!
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Second floor niyan, aakyatin mo yan.
Thank you for the experience. Thank you for letting us experience. Person. Thank you also for fighting for us and will always fight. Iba kami. Iba kami.
And we fight it
Till the end.
Huwag ka
We are the champ.
Alam ko nakaka...
Actually ako umiyak kasi kanina nagdasal ako na sana okay lahat kasi nag-pictorial lang ako dati dito. Iba yung mga kasama.
Ay, ito ba yun?
Kaya parang sabi ko in Jesus name, sana kung meron akong pagkukulang sa nakaraan ko, sana talagang magbigay ko sa inyo kasi I really want you guys to be happy.
Pero ayaw namin, dear, na isipin mo din na kailangan mo laging isipin yung ibang tao. Kailangan mo
syempre,
lang Kaya ka binibless kasi mabait kang tao. Huwag mong kakalimutan yun. Don't
Si Aksha, yung pamilya natin, alam mo naman mga Aksha tayo.
Angsya lang tayo, di, pero mabubuti tayo
I
tao.
think I'd rather be anxious and overthink
Yes.
if everybody's okay or not, than not to care.
Oo, dear.
Okay, so ngayon na nandito na tayo sa exercise. Anong mga natutunan natin?
At tayo
Ako,
dyan.
number one na natutunan ko, huwag yung papalakarin si Ate Ana.
Takot na ako sa inyong lahat.
Yung parang lahat ng ansya, sabay-sabay.
Takot siya
Hindi
kasi
lang
nga
nagsasalita.
lahat tayo, nag-iingat tayo
Totoo
na.
yan, totoo yan.
Naiingat
Oh,
tayo.
Totoo yan. Ikaw ang nanay talaga namin dito.
Tsaka ano, love talaga.
Oh, ibang kalinga ng nanay sa mga
Aruga,
anak talaga.
iba talaga.
Mm-mm. Tsaka sobrang salamat natin sa pagmamahal mo sa kanya kasi di naman lagi kami kompleto.
You're all a blessing.
Masakit pa ulo mo, Hil.
In Jesus' name, thank you, Lord.
Kasi nakita ko
Grabe.
umiyak.
I feel so special, sis.
You
are
alam ko lang
special.
kanina.
Inaalala mo. I feel so extra special.
You are. You're very special.
Tayo mo siya nagpapaalam kasi parang nakakatakot.
Casual lang.
Nagpapasalamat lang.
Papasalamat lang.
Bongga kaday, bongga kaday. Sige lang, itaas ang kilay.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Zumba.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Heart Evangelista's last moments of Paris Fashion Week, and man, what a happy ending for the glamorous look of Paris Fashion Week. So yeah, we can expect more like this in the near future. So that is really awesome. Okay, so now let's get back into a little bit more entertainment news before we head into commercial break in preparation for koolNews on Hello Pilipinas, or early edition rather. Pop star Olivia Rodrigo and her actor boyfriend Louis Partridge have arrived in Manila and delighted their fans with a romantic sighting as they engage in public display of affection, or PDA, at the airport. On Thursday evening, October 3, the couple landed at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport and were captured holding hands and getting custody as they spoke to each other. Rodrigo is in the country to stage her Guts concert. Before her arrival, the Deja Vu singer shared a TikTok video of herself on the plane, dubbing Cameron Diaz's interview in which the actress talked about growing up around Filipinos and enjoying dishes like lumpia and adobo. Rodrigo also took to Instagram and to share that she ate the famous Philippine dessert Halo Halo upon her arrival in the country. Halo Halo secured, so excited to be in the Philippines, she wrote in the caption. Yup, so yeah. The driver's license singer and Partridge were also spotted by netizens separately. The vampire was seen at the mall, while the British actor was seen roaming around the streets in Makati. Rodrigo's friend poked fun at the half Filipino and half American singer bringing her boyfriend to the Philippines, also considered her home country. Just leave as Olivia casually bring her a foreigner to meet the titas and titos, or aunties and uncles, wrote one fan on X. So yeah, Rodrigo, as we all know, Olivia Rodrigo is half Filipino and half American singer who is well known for her songs such as Driver's License. Yeah, Driver's License, pretty much. Okay, it is now 7:41 in the morning, and now we will get ready for koolNews early edition, or koolNews on Hello Pilipinas rather. So stick around. Hello Pilipinas will be right back.
Kati-kati, alipunga,
buni at galis? Huwag nang problemahin pa. Magdobleng proteksyon sa Dr. S. Wong. Step 1. Mag Dr. S. Wong Sulfur Soap Yellow sa pagligo. Step 2. Mag Dr. S. Wong's Whitfield's Ointment, tulong proteksyon at lunas sa makating fungi. Magaan lang sa bulsa. Huwag nang tiisin ng katikati at fungi. Mag Dr. S. Wong. Dr. S. Wong Sulfur Soap Yellow at Dr. S. Wong's Whitfield's Ointment. Sulfur is the generic name of Dr. S. Wong Sulfur Soap. Benzoic acid plus salicylic acid is the generic name of Whitfield's Ointment. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Hirap magpahinga? May mga gamot para dyan. Pero, relax. Mag-efficacent oil. Sa unang amoy at hagod, ramdam ang ginhawa na trusted by all. Unahin ang trusted ginhawa. Unahin ang efficacent.
Methyl salicylate plus menthol plus camphor is a generic name of efficacent oil. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Panahon na ba natin magka-internet na mabilis at walang monthly bills? Yung 699 lang, 30 days only na. At 24 hours lang, may install na tayo in serviceable areas. Panahon na natin mag-G-Fiber Prepaid!
Magpaligyan na sa gfiberprepaid.globe.com.ph.
Terms and conditions apply. See gfiberprepaid.globe.com.ph for more details. Promo runs from February 8, 2024 until October 31, 2024 per DTI Fair Trade Permit number FTEB 185842 series of 2024. Promo runs from June 1 until October 31, 2024 per DTI Fair Trade Permit number FTEB 194361 series of 2024.
Makisaya at mapagpala sa ika-46 na anibersaryo ng Jesus is Lord Church Worldwide sa October 12, 3 p.m. Luneta Grandstand. To God be the glory.
Kulang na yung pensyon ni Lolo. May dagdag pa kaya yan?
Tropa, paano ba magkaroon ng pensyon?
Yung interest sa SSS at GSIS, pwede kayang mas mababa.
10 years na akong teacher. May makukuha na kaya akong pensyon?
Para bawat tanong, may sagot. Para isulong ang kapakanan at karapatan ng mga miyembro at pensyonado ng SSS at GSIS.
Para sa mas malakas at matibay na pension system.
SSS, GSIS, Pensionado Party List. Bawat Pilipino, dapat pensyonado.
Yay! Konti na lang! Tapos na tong school project ko! Today pala deadline nito!
Lagot!
Bakit nga ba ako pumasok dito sa kusina?
Ano nga ba kukunin ko?
Naku po!
Incorrect password? Ano nga ba yung password ko?
Ano nga ba? Memo Plus Gold with Bacopa Monnieri Extract. Iba ang Brainy Good.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Memo Plus Gold ay hindi gamot at hindi maaaring gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
May immunity gap ba ang anak mo?
Ha? Immunity gap? Si Angel, ang hirap pakainin.
Si Mela, pabalik-balik ang sakit. Si Tuto, ang tagal gumaling. Immunity gap na yan. Help stop immunity gap. Palaging mag-Selene Plus. Tulong para 100% ang immunity. Based on RENI with proper diet, exercise, and vaccination. Help stop immunity gap. Mag-Selene Plus. Araw-araw.
Alagang Unilab yan. Ascorbic acid plus zinc is the generic name of Selene Plus. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Robust Dietary Supplement for Men. Sabi nila, ang tunay na lalaki, matibay, magaling, at matigas. Samahan mo pa ng Robust. Gawa ito sa Epimedium Extra, L-Arginine, Songaria Cynomorium, at GABA with proper diet and exercise. Para makasiguro, bumili sa mga Mercury Drugstores nationwide. Robust, 75 pesos SRP per tablet lamang. Robust para sa mga kalalakihan. Hatid sa inyo ng ATC Healthcare International Corporation. Mahalagang paalala, ang Robust ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Ayos lang, basta't kasama. Konting tanduay light, buo ang kalooban.
Tanduay Light, gaan ang tama, gaan ang may kasama. Drink responsibly.
Namiss kita. Ikaw pa rin ang hinahanap-hanap ko. Alam ko you're still the one. Buti na lang, mas affordable na versus previous price. Ang best tasting creamer para sa kape mo. Coffee Mate.
Hi! Christine Hermosa po ito. Ang family soap namin, di mahal. Pero ang nakukuha namin, priceless. Hi, Christine! Looking younger every day, ah. Fresh. Laging blooming. Ang kinis. Grabe, kaya lalong in love sa'yo si Oyo eh. Ganyan pag ang kutis, alaga. Kitang-kita ang ganda. Silk Papaya Soap with regular use. Sa 65 grams, 18 pesos lang na SRP, achieve mo ang kutis alaganda. Ala Christine Hermosa with regular use. Bili na!
Hi, gusto ko i-check ang status ng PhilHealth ko. Pero wala naman akong time para pumunta sa PhilHealth office.
Ay, madali lang yan. Pumunta lang sa website ng PhilHealth para makita ang iyong membership at contribution records gamit ang iyong laptop, tablet, kahit cellphone. At kung self-paying member ka naman, pwede ka pang magbayad ng contributions mo doon. Kaya mag-register na sa PhilHealth Member Portal gamit ang iyong PhilHealth Identification Number. Mag-login lang sa www.philhealth.gov.ph.
Pare, alam mo ba pag may diabetes, humihina ang immune system. Kaya sabi ng mga pro, araw-araw mag-Immune Pro.
The only one with Zinc Plus technology. Kaya buo ang vitamin C at zinc at most prescribed by doctors. Tulungang palakasin ang immune system with proper diet and exercise. Magtiwala sa Pro. Immune Pro.
Unilab yan. Sodium ascorbate plus zinc is the generic name of Immune Pro. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Sabi ng Bini, mag-Rexona lagi. Ang #1 Dio Lotion ng bayan. 8 pesos SRP lang. Bili na.
Pag may diarrhea, may matinding pagyanig at kasama pang sakit ng tiyan. Take new Diatabs Advance, a first in the Philippines na may pinagsamang galing ng loperamide para tapos ang diarrhea at Simeticone para tapos ang sakit ng tiyan. In soft gel capsule, kaya mas mabilis kesa loperamide lang. With 2 capsules after first loose stool.
Unilab yan.
Loperamide Simeticone is a generic name of Diatabs Advance. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Masarap ang hanap, Royal! Ito ang gusto ko, gusto namin to. Ito ang gusto ko, masarap. Ito ang gusto ko, Royal. Ito ang gusto ko, orange. Ito ang gusto ko, Royal. Ito ang gusto ko.
May tanong si Simon Rodel. Pare, may insurance plan bang nagbibigay protection sa akin at nag-iipon para sa pag-aaral ng anak ko?
Oo naman!
Sa Sun Life Grepa, gets ka namin, sagot ka namin. Client can avail of Sun Life Grepa policies while in the Philippines.
Hi! Christine Hermosa po ito. Ang family soap namin, di mahal. Pero ang nakukuha namin, priceless. Hi, Christine! Looking younger every day ah. Fresh. Laging blooming. Ang kinis. Grabe, kaya lalong in love sa'yo si Oyo eh. Ganyan pag ang kutis, alaga. Kitang-kita ang ganda. Silka Papaya Soap with regular use.
Sa 65 grams, 18 pesos lang na SRP, achieve mo ang kutis alaganda. Ala Christine Hermosa with regular use. Bili na!
Sing it on to the music.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
Alright, good morning to you all, and this is koolNews Early Edition on Hello Pilipinas. Today is October 5, 2024, and here are the top headlines for today. Super Typhoon Julian International named Carton dissipated into a low pressure on Friday as it left the country, according to the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration (PAGASA). But not before the powerful but erratic cyclone killed at least 5 people and caused up to 481.27 million pesos in damage to the agriculture sector, the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council said. PAGASA said Julian left the Philippine area of responsibility at 8 a.m. on Friday and was lost track 480 kilometers north of Itbayat, Batanes. The NDRRMC said at least 1 person remained missing while 8 were injured as 242,973 individuals or 69,290 families, mostly in northern Luzon, were affected. The province of Ilos Norte and Batanes have already declared states of calamity while the NDRRMC continued to tally reports of damage. NDRRMC said damage to infrastructure was so far estimated at 738.50 million pesos, while damage to agriculture was at 319.16 million pesos, but the Department of Agriculture on Friday said it already climbed to 481.27 million pesos. President Marcos himself flew to Ilos Norte and Batanes to inspect the damage and express concern at the emerging problems in the farm sector. In its latest bulletin, the DA's Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Operations Center reported that some 20,134 farmers in the regions of Ilos, Cagayan Valley, and Central Luzon were affected. The weather disturbance wiped out 19,151 metric tons of produce primary rice and corn in 13,488 hectares of land. As field assessments and validations continue, further damage and losses are expected in the affected regions, particularly on Palay in Cagayan Valley, the DA said. Rice suffered the most from Julian, with losses amounting to 348.42 million pesos or 72.39% of the overall damage. The majority of the 17,585 metric tons of rice produced was in the reproductive and maturity stages. Corn accounted for 35.75 million pesos or 7.43% of the total. The natural calamity damaged 1,514 metric tons of corn produced, mostly in the vegetative and maturity stages. Other commodities and facilities were affected as well. Irrigation facilities with 92.68 million pesos, high-value crops 3.96 million pesos, and livestock and poultry 472,550 pesos. This series of typhoons and the El Nino phenomenon that hit the country in recent months destroyed 502,680 metric tons of rice. Alone, the El Nino inducted dry spell that ended in June ruined 330,770 metric tons of rice, according to the DA's final bulletin on the weather phenomenon posted in August. The DA had estimated that on average the country was losing 500,000 metric tons to 600,000 metric tons in palay production annually because of typhoons and other natural calamities. The Sandigan Bayan on Friday threw out the 172.8 million pesos plunder case against Julian Ponin and Rel, saying the prosecution submitted insufficient evidence and failed to show that the kickbacks he allegedly received from his pork bearer when he was assigned to reach the minimum 50 million pesos threshold for the crime. I knew all along that I would be acquitted because I haven't done anything, said the 100-year-old politician who now serves as legal counsel for President Marcos after a hearing where the court announced his exoneration. The anti-grift court also acquitted his former chief of staff Jessica Lucila Gigi Reyes and businesswoman Janet Lim Napoles, the alleged mastermind of the scam to siphon off 10 billion pesos from the now defunct Priority Development Assistance Fund of the Senate and the House of Representatives. The PTAF scandal first came to light in 2013 after the inquiry exposed the misuse of the fund allocations to lawmakers in ghost projects for over 10 years. Under the scheme, the funds were taken from the alleged figures pork bearers and funneled to bogus non-governmental organizations or foundations run by Napoles. Enrel, Reyes, and Napoles were charged in 2014 with plunder for allegedly amassing 172.8 million pesos in kickbacks or commissions from the former Senate President's pork barrel from 2004 to 2010. The prosecution's failure to prove their guilt beyond reasonable doubt had moved the anti-graft court to grant the separate demurrers to evidence filed by Enre and Napoles. A demurrer is sought by respondents who believe that the evidence presented against them in court is weak. Granting this motion is equivalent to an acquittal. The Sandigan Bayan allowed Enro to file his demurrer in September last year. The court, however, did not grant Reyes on motion during the same month but eventually acquitted her in its decision. In its ruling, the 5-member division of the Sandigan Bayan said that the indictment against Enro alleged that he or Reyes repeatedly received kickbacks or commissions from Napoles or her representatives in the form of a percentage of the cost of the projects to be funded from his PTAF. However, none of the prosecution witnesses testified that he handed or transferred money to Enre himself, the court said. One of the prosecution witnesses, Ruby Tuason, a former Social Secretary for ex-President Joseph Estrada, confirmed that she did not give any money to Enre, it added. The court took note of the letters signed by Enre requesting for fund releases in 2006, 2007, and 2010, but it also cited the testimony of an officer of the Senate's Legislative Budget Office that was the usual procedure. It said that Enriel's criminal intention should be clearly established, considering that plunder was malanise or evil in itself. It must be shown clearly and convincingly that in making the letter's request, Enriel intended to receive kickbacks or commissions in exchange for his endorsement of Napoleon's NGOs, the court said. If the NGOs turned out to be spurious, then it should have been established that Enriel either participated in the faking of these NGOs or knew at the time that he was making the letter request that the NGOs were bogus, it pointed out. The prosecution's evidence, it added, was clearly wanting on these points. It said that of 24 entries amounting to 172.8 million pesos in alleged kickbacks in a summary of rebates recorded by scam whistleblower and her lawyer, only 10 were received by Tuason. Only half of that, or 5 transactions indicated in the disbursement reports, were supposedly disbursed to Enriel, JBE, and a certain Tanda, totaling 46.39 million pesos. This amount is below the 50 million pesos threshold for the crime of plunder under Republic Act No. 7080. The deliveries by Tuason to Reyes, supposedly intended for Enriel, were also never detailed, the court stressed. It dismissed as speculative and baseless the accusation that Reyes could not have consummated the scheme without Enriel's knowing and indispensable cooperation through his covert acts. It is clear that Tuason's testimony was inconclusive and insufficient to prove with moral certainty that Reyes received monies from forming part of Enriel's PDAF or that the same passed her hand, the entire court said. The court also raised doubts about the legitimacy of the DDRs retrieved from the external draft alloy, who served as Napoleon's financial officer. How can we treat these unsigned DDRs as credible pieces of evidence when they were printed only in 2013, but they allegedly showed transactions that happened in 2004 or 2010 or after almost 10 years, record from 2014? Sorry, not 2014, 2004, the court said. Regarding Napoleon's liability, Sandigan Bayan said that Loy lacked evidence to establish that the businesswoman had gotten a slice of Enriel's pork barrel. Since the prosecution was unable to prove the receipt of money by herein of public officers Enriel and Reyes, the alleged main plunderers, then Napoleon could not be found liable for the offense charged since the basis of her indictment was conspiracy with the said public officers, the court ruled. Enriel's lead defense counsel, the 94-year-old lawyer, Estelito Mendoza, said this is a vindication for all of us. Unlike Enriel, who could still stand on his own with some assistance, Mendoza was wheelchair-bound. I hope the people who fought those cases against us will examine their conscience, Enriel said in a weak voice after the Sandigan Bayan handed down its ruling. Enriel and Mendoza were among the longest-serving members of the cabinet of the late dictator Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Enriel served as defense secretary before breaking away from the dictator in 1986, while Mendoza remained loyal to Marcos as his solicitor general. Napoleon, who hesitated speaking with the media before she stepped outside the courtroom, only said God is good. She will remain at the Correctional Institute for Women for her convictions on other PDAF-related charges. Reyes refused to answer questions from reporters and went straight to the elevator in a rush to leave the courthouse. Enriel's longtime aide was seen praying with a rosary just before the ruling was read by lawyer Dennis Poma, the division's executive clerk of court. The Sandigan Bayan issued arrest warrants against 2 other co-accused in the plunder case, Ronald Lim, Napoleon's nephew, and John Raymond de Asus, her driver bodyguard. Both remained in hiding. The 85-page decision was altered by Associate Justice Ronaldo Moreno with the concurrence of Associate Justice Bernelito Fernandez, Geraldine Econ, and Juliet Manalsan Gaspar. Sandigan Bayan presiding Justice Amparo Capote Tang, a member of the division, gave a dissenting and concurring opinion in which she voted to convict Reyes of 5 counts of direct bribery based on the variance rule. Under the rules of court on criminal procedure, the variance doctrine allows an accused to be convicted of a different and lesser crime. Tang, however, agreed that Reyes, along with Enriel and Napoleon, be cleared unplundered due to lack of proof beyond reasonable doubt. Enriel, Reyes, and Napoleon are not completely off the hook legally, as they are still facing 50 counts of graft, along with more than 40 other respondents for allegedly diverting the 172.8 million pesos public fund. In April, Enriel was allowed by the Sandigan Bayan to file a motion for the outright dismissal of this graft case. His lawyer, Jaco Bello, however, chose to file a demerit to evidence without legal court. This motion means that he wants to skip the presentation of witnesses and proceed with the resolution of his case on grounds that the prosecution's evidence against him is insufficient. If the court grants Emil's demur to evidence, he will be acquitted again. But if it is thrown out, the trial hearings will proceed. Bail granted due to age. After his arrest in 2014, Errol was detained at the Philippine National Police General Hospital. In August 2015, the Supreme Court granted him bail, citing his advanced age and poor health. Two other senators, Jingo Estrada and Ramon Bonrevilla Jr., were also arrested and detained in 2014 on plunder charges. Both Revilla and Estrada were acquitted of plunder, but Estrada was convicted of the less serious offense of direct and indirect bribery in January, a decision the Sadigan Bayan reversed in August. Revilla was also accused of 16 counts of graft for allegedly amassing 224.5 million pesos in kickbacks. He was acquitted in July 2021. The Department of Foreign Affairs has cancelled the Philippine passport of dismissed Baban Tarlac Mayor Alex Guo after investigations revealed that it was fraudulently acquired. The DFA on Friday said that based on the certification issued by the National Bureau of Investigation on August 24, the biometric data of Guo in the agency's passport database matched those of Guo Huaping, a Chinese. The cancellation took effect on September 30. The DFA is committed to upholding the security and integrity of issuing Philippine passports and assures the public that fraudulent application and acquisition of passports are referred to law enforcement agencies for investigation and prosecution, the DFA said in a statement. The DFA enforces zero-tolerance policy for unscrupulous individuals circumventing the Philippine passport application and issuance procedures, the agency added. The Office of the Ombudsman earlier dismissed Guo from the government service and perpetually disqualified her from holding public office for grave misconduct due to her alleged involvement in the operations of a rated Philippine offshore gaming operator, Pogo, in her town. This development came as Stephen David, Guo's lawyer, told reporters that the former official will definitely run for mayor of Bamban in the 2025 elections. Guo is detained in the Pasig City Jail for a qualified human trafficking charge. According to David, Guo is confident that her legal battles will not hinder her chances of regaining her seat in Bamban. Guo, he said, will file her certificate of candidacy on October 8, the last day of filing for national and local candidates participating in next year's polls. The lawyer, however, said Guo's camp had yet to decide on how the COC would be filed. Right now, there's a lot of negative publicity. Many are sympathizing, but she has also done good things for the town of Bamban. There are still many who love her, David said. Guo is also facing a case filed by the Office of the Solicitor General before the Tarlac Regional Trial Court seeking to cancel her birth certificate. But David said it's a long process. Will it be cancelled? She's a Filipina. There's no court as of now that has ruled that she's not Filipino. At least 3 senators on Friday conceded that the Commission on Elections is constrained to accept Guo's COC, but they reminded that the poll body of its duty to stop foreigners pretending to be Filipinos from joining the country's electoral process. Senator Joel Villanueva said the NBI and other agencies had presented biometric evidence supposedly proving that Guo's real identity is Guo Huaping, a Chinese who entered the country in 2003. Villanueva also noted that the convent had already filed a case for misrepresentation against Guo for running for public office in 2022. It would be ridiculous if she would still be allowed to run again, he told reporters in a Fiverr message on Friday. You cannot deny that Guo Huaping is a fake Filipino who used a fake birth certificate. Guo and her Pogo sponsors are mocking and disrespecting our laws, Villanueva added. Senator President Pro Timbo Jingo Estrada said the COMELEC must ensure that every candidate participating in the 2025 federal elections would comply with requirements for those seeking elected posts. The COMELEC should make sure that no voters will be fooled by candidates who lack qualifications, Estrada said. Senate Minority Leader Aquino Pimentel III, a lawyer, agreed that Guo could still be allowed to run since her criminal cases, including the issue over her citizenship, were still pending in courts. But her existing criminal cases can be used as political issues against her during the campaign, Pimentel said. The COMELEC said it was duty bound to accept COCs filed by political aspirants. The duty of the COMELEC is merely to receive the COC just as long as the form is complete, properly accomplished, notarized, and with documentary stamp. We do have the discretion of rejecting the filing of a COC, COMELEC Chair George Erwin Garcia said in a television interview on Friday. However, whether the name of any aspirant will appear on the official ballot is a different matter, he said. Clarifying that his comment was not directed at any specific candidate, Garcia said any candidate upon petition by a third party or by COMELEC acting motu proprio on its own may be declared a nuisance candidate or may be disqualified for other reasons under the law. The COMELEC said or he said, may also cancel the COC of a candidate whom the ombudsman had penalized administratively, including being disqualified from holding any public office. Garcia said such disqualification, even if a bill is immediately executory, unless restrained by a higher tribunal, such as the Court of Appeals. We have a resolution in complex stating that the decision of the ombudsman in administrative cases is immediately executory, although it may be subject to approval and not yet final. That is why the COMELEC, in compliance with the law and in reconciliation of the parties of the Office of the Ombudsman, will immediately implement the penalty of perpetual disqualification, he said. Any candidate charged with a crime remains eligible to run for public office until there is final judgment or conviction, Garcia said in a separate radio interview. Until there is conviction, even if the candidate is behind bars, he can run, more so when his case is still on appeal. Again, we have no choice but to accept everyone's COC. Our duty is ministerial for the meantime, but our discretion comes later, he said. Solicitor General Bernardo Guerrava also said that Gu could still file her COC since none of the cases against her had attained finality. The COMELEC is duty bound to accept Gu's certificate of candidacy, and it later disqualifies Gu for some valid reason. Ultimately, though, it is the electorate who will decide if Alice Gu deserves to hold public office, Guerrava said in a text message to send to reporters on Friday. Davis said they filed a motion for reconsideration on the ombudsman's decision to dismiss Gu and were prepared to exhaust their legal remedy up to the Supreme Court. She needs to run to truly show her love for the people, especially for Pampa. If there are people there really want her, they should be the ones to judge. The people should decide whether she is worthy to hold office in their area. What's happening is just technicalities. She's not being allowed to run, she's being disqualified. But that's not final yet, David said. When asked, Justice Secretary Subscription Removal said the DOJ would oppose Gu's candidacy. I wouldn't say it's her right, but she can try. I wouldn't say it's her because it's her right because she's not Filipino and she expressed this falsified documents, Removal to reporters. Meanwhile, Gu's 8 co-accused in the human trafficking case were transferred to the Pasig City Jail from the Tarlac Provincial Jail on Thursday. Jail Superintendent J. Rex Pustinera, spokesperson for the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, identified the co-accused as Walter Wong Long, Shi Kong Zihang, Yuang Yihai, Mong Te Pong, Wang Wili, Wuli Dong, Nong Ding Chang, and Lang Yu Po. And the Department of Education on Friday said it is looking into 2 charges against a public school principal who was arrested for alleged acts of less severeness on 4 junior high school students. The Office of the Schools Division Superintendent in Metro Manila, in a statement, identified Bonifacio Canlulitan Jr. as the school head of Pudaglawin High School accused of molesting grade 10 students. Lauren Sedelia, the school's division superintendent, said Canlulitan was arrested on the morning of September 29 and is jailed at the Quezon City Station for less severe conduct, a violation under Section 5B of Republic Act No. 7610, or the Special Protection of Children Against Abuse, Exploitation, and Discrimination Act. On the same day, the school's division office has also submitted the intake sheet and requested an authority to investigate for the administrative aspect of the case, she said. Canlulitan remains in detention while waiting for his bail to be processed, Sedelia said. The case had also been reported to the City Social Welfare Office for the conduct of psychosocial assistance to the students, she said. Counseling sessions will also be provided to the parents and other students. From an inquiry report on August 6, 2012, Canlulitan was awarded by the Metro Bank as one of its most outstanding teachers. At the time, he was affiliated with Ernesto Rondon High School, formerly Project 6 High School. It is now 8:10 in the morning, and now we will get back. Not now. I mean, it is now 8:11 now in the morning, and we will get back into more cool news headlines later at around 8:40ish right here on Hello Pilipinas with the international headlines. So stick around. We will return to Hello Pilipinas after these messages. if you have just joined us to start your Saturday morning with us, a fellow to guide you all, and this is Hello Pilipinas, and this is home. Alright, so now let's get into more lifestyle updates right here. Okay, lagging again. I'm not sure why. Okay. All right, so time for some food as we usually time for some food happenings as we usually cover here. And again, this is courtesy of Inquiry Lifestyle. Banggong alamang in Korean spicy noodles? Well, you betcha. Is this you? You wake up at 1 a.m. searching for a late night bite. Looking into your cupboard, you find your favorite Korean instant noodles. You start to salivate at the thought of slurping the hot and spicy soup and its bouncy ramen noodles. Most Filipinos are fascinated with Korean culture, from K-pop idols to K-dramas. However, Korean food is a trademark favorite. There is a satisfying feeling eating Korean culture, from K-pop idols to K-dramas. However, Korean food is trademark favorite. There is a satisfying feeling eating Korean spicy instant noodles, whether in hot or raining weather. If you're looking to add a Filipino twist to your noodles, well, you can try adding your local ingredients. So what do we have here? Yeah, pairing the garlic and onions. So you can't go wrong with pairing garlic and onion. These proven flavor enhancers of Filipino dishes are sure to improve your typical Korean spicy instant noodles. The aroma alone is enough to take your spicy instant ramen to the next level. You can add them in the soup while cooking to achieve a milder flavor. But if you want the extra kick, shallow fry them in oil until nice and crispy, then top them on the noodles. And for this sour cake, you can add the following right here. You can add the calamansi or tomatoes. So you guys might be wondering, that seems strange. Well, it may be strange. Adding a sour element to your spicy Korean noodles might be the flavor profile you need to change up your experience of slurping on spicy noodles. If you're looking for that acidity with a hint of fruitiness, squeeze some calamansi into your noodles to bring out the mild, sour, spicy elements. But if you want to achieve the ultimate hot and sour recipe on Filipino sinigang, throw in some chopped tomatoes while boiling the noodles. Yes, you read that right. This is patis or bonggong alaman. If you're feeling a more adventurous in flavor combinations, try adding patis or bonggong alamang to your Korean noodles. These salty condiments mixed with the spiciness of the noodles is the ultimate surprise pairing. The sharp, the sharp saltiness from the bonggong alamang, a local fermented condiment made with shrimp pie paste and salt, provides another flavor dimension to the ordinary spicy Korean noodles. You can add a half teaspoon of bonggong alamang while cooking or as a topping. For a milder taste, opt for a fresh of patis or for a similar umami flavor. These unimaginable flavor combinations can not only elevate your Korean spicy noodles but also discover a newfound sense of appreciation for the humble narrative Filipino ingredients that represent the diverse Philippine cuisine. After all, the roots of Filipino cuisine are also influenced by other cultures, making every dish as unique as they can be. As more Filipinos go to integrate Korean foods into their diet, there is no harm in a little experimenting, especially adding local Filipino ingredients to your favorite instant spicy Korean noodles. So yeah, there are a lot of ways you can enhance your Korean spicy noodles. Excuse me. And now let's take a look at the goodies here. So, at Joss Burwood's latest pop-up in Rockwell, many new connections are being forged between the food-loving community that is always keen on seeing who's next at Balmori Suits Chef's Table Series and the chefs who make the experience awarding. The Boyan Bellwoods turned in the beautiful place is a demonstration of his love for cooking simple but compellingly delicious food. The philosophy is rooted in the belief that great food doesn't need to be overly complicated, it just needs to be done exceptionally well, says the root of his Avil Pop. So here it is. Signature moves from his household brands only don't ask you upon across the appealing across and constantly changing menu, citing an evolution of sorts that gives the impression of Burrow charming a customer base who may or may not be familiar with all the tricks up his sleeve. The logo burrata paired with fresh peaches, sourdough with smoked butter straight out of the test kitchen playbook, and the Chilean sea bass with lobster biscuit are purely enjoyable. And in a sense, the pop-up which runs until October 13 renders glimpses of what makes Josh Burrut truly Josh Burrut. It is both an expression of a moment in time and a guide gifting goers of unforeseen meals you will remember. And despite the pop-up's identity, nothing is hammered and nailed here, as the plate are fashioned with the precision Burrut has long been known for. The mushroom comté starter that features as a selection of earthy mushrooms cooked in white wine, cream, and 36-month comté Chinese cheese before finishing up in the oven is effortlessly delicious. While the meats are irresistible, especially the seared Fiorino Armano pork chop, the breakout dish is the intoxicating rigatoni piped with nuduja and good cream and Parmigiano Reggiano. In a sense, the pop-up, which runs until October 30, renders glimpses of what makes Broadwood truly Broadwood. It is both an expression of a moment in time. Oh wait, I already wrapped that. Will it be enough to draw people to his slew of other fine restaurants? They say they think so. Well, let's see. Next one we have is the Beef Bar, and it is a beef encounter in Alabama. The Beef Bar's enormous first location in Molito Lifestyle Center subtly clues you in on what to expect, heart, history, and a house that rapturously serves some of the finest steaks in the city. And honestly, it is not that hard to crack. One look at the vast space, early views, and motor feel, and you get the rush that this is a steakhouse that knows what it's doing. Especially when you learn that the Beef Bar is from the same family behind Mellows, the enduring steakhouse that has served plenty of excellent morsels of Angus beef and Wagyu over the years. So when the opportunity came to open a younger brand that introduces a new meaty energy into the mix of restaurant style sort, Catalina Macasek, or one of Melo's daughters and owner of Melo's Abang, alongside husband Paul, daughter Bianca, cousin attorney San Diego, Mark Naval, Paul Benito, and Charles Togisaki, who yums the kitchen, seized the moment. Where Melo's strength is in the classic dishes and intimate dining experience, the Beef Bar lends a more youthful energy built on a menu brimming with twists and turns. When I visited a few days ago prior to its September 30 opening, I sampled a microscope of items meant for every possible palate day. Yeah, so here is... Wait, did I miss anything? Yeah, alright. So here is the steak and entoki frites. Look at that. The mussel and frites plate was a nice way to open up the palate with a mildly sweet flavor profile, a buttery sauce, and crisp fries that doesn't get soggy quickly. A small plate of fried oysters came next over a bed of green spinach, which I personally would have preferred to have attached more richness. And to finish the opening salvo is a Korean chicken chop salad that obviously highlights the boneless, crispy chicken coated in a sweet and spicy sauce. But the focal point sits the 126 steakhouse or the meats from the Beef Bar section that showcases 6 primo ways to enjoy. So here it is. A master choice is a certified Angus beef tenderloin with encoi frites sliced perfectly and lined up neatly in the middle of the plate. It has a surprisingly bright eggs and tight cote sauce and seasoning that doesn't take away from the juicy and tender bite, while the thin and brittle and cookie frites make the whole plate a delight to finish. Sweltering in at 800 grams is an Australian porterhouse steak simply called the Boss. It isn't just heavy, but the slab is rich and intense with deep, smoky flavors and comes with a lovely charred grilled bite. Packed with plenty of beef-centric dishes inspired from around the world, the Beef Bar wields a strong Mellows foundation that makes their approach to steaks more energized and less of proof, loosely tinkering with tried and tested formulas and letting it rip when the situation calls for it. It is open daily from 11 a.m. until late night. And finally, dropping just in time for the final quarter of the year to bring some sense of seasonal comfort, Tea Leaves Coconut Brown Sugar series combines indulgent flavors that complement the Milo, Gen C, and Gen Alpha tastes. While you mix the richness and creaminess of coconut with the sweetness of brown sugar, you get the sort of beverage that is both striking and comforting and connects with tea aficionados as we approach the cooler months. So here it is. That's the brown sugar coconut. The coconut brown sugar series includes a brown sugar coconut coffee latte, a brown sugar coconut tea latte, a brown sugar coffee latte, and a brown sugar milk tea, all available at tea live stores and Drew Grab and Foodpanda. Of course, in a true tea life fashion, the sweetness doesn't just stop with the drinks, as the brand is also introducing a sweet new love theme. Tea Leaves Muscat Beer introduces his old friend Brown Sugar, who crosses path with an ingredient that's about to change everything, coconut. Together they make the perfect pair. Brown Sugar is strong and sweet with a mellow personality, while coconut is the charming, funny, and slightly quirky companion. While sipping drinks, enjoy each episode of their love stories on social media. But for those who can't make it to the store, the coconut and brown sugar couple will be taking their dates at specifically live stores in the BINE Brew and Friends activation. Spot them, take photos, create TikTok content, and try the delicious samples they offer. And you can follow T Life on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and you can visit the website for the updates. All right, so that's food happenings now. I think we will get into the anime news now as we as part of moving it to earlier times moving into earlier than the last gap of Hello Pilipinas. Actually, let me just go to the toilet real quick. I'll be back shortly. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Now let's get into some other form of entertainment such as the anime news. Let's get started. And this is about the licensing again, so let's get into that. Okay. So we're gonna cover the one of those two stuff here. So yeah, in case you missed it, we have covered the 12% value added tax already not too long ago on last few cool news bulletins such as this one. So As we already know, it affects. Excuse me. It already affects. It's already going to affect the streaming services such as Crunchyroll, Netflix, and other streaming services such as the Steam or Amazon, Lazada, and Shopee. So yeah, again, this will be interesting to see how this is going to affect the uh, the price increase. We don't know. We will have to wait and see. And now let's get into the actual anime news now. As Anyone Asia has announced on Thursday and Friday that it has licensed the thrilling game Yusma Show and You Are Miss Servant anime. So the first two episodes of thrilling game will is already up on Anyone Asia's YouTube channel and debuted earlier at 12 a.m. It's actually October 4, yes. So it will be the anime is streaming in Brunei, Cambodia, Fiji, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Kyrgyzstan, Laos, Malaysia, Mauritius, Mongolia, Myanmar, Nauru, New Caledonia, Palau, Papua New Guinea, the Philippines, Seychelles, Singapore, the Solomon Islands, Taiwan, Thailand, Timor-Leste, Tonga, Tuvalu, Vanuatu, and Vietnam. And what is it called? Okay, so there's more here. Yeah, this is how many do we have here? So that's okay. There's only 3 here. So yeah, the anime of If My Wife Became an Elementary School Student will debut on Anyone's Asia YouTube channel tomorrow at 9 p.m. Here in the Philippines. And it will be streamed in Bangladesh, Bhutan, Brunei, Cambodia, Hong Kong, India, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Maldives, Mongolia, Myanmar, Nepal, Pakistan, the Philippines, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Taiwan, Thailand, Timor-Leste, and Vietnam. And You Are Miss Servant will also debut on Anyone Asia tomorrow as well at 2 a.m. And it will be streamed in Bangladesh, Bhutan, Brunei, Cambodia, Fiji, Hong Kong, India, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Maldives, Mongolia, Myanmar, Nepal, Nauru, Pakistan, Palau, Papua New Guinea, the Philippines, Singapore, the Solomon Islands, Sri Lanka, Taiwan, Thailand, Timor-Leste, Tonga, Tuvalu, Vanuatu, and Vietnam. And Singapore-based film production and distribution company MM2 Entertainment announced on Thursday that it has partnered with Studio Ghibli to provide theatrical screenings of 21 Studio Ghibli films in cinemas in Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, Thailand, Cambodia, the Philippines, and Indonesia, with some of the first screenings coming later this year. MM2 Entertainment will screen the films in Singapore and Malaysia directly through its parent company MM2 Asia, but will work with local partner companies in other territories. It is now 8:43 in the morning, and we will get into koolNews Early Edition when we return after these messages.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
Welcome back to koolNews Early Edition on Hello Pilipinas. Let's get into the international headlines now. Well. In a surprising move, we don't have any we don't have any international headlines for this morning. But let's check Reuters real quick, just to confirm. Okay, so we have fresh headlines regarding the U.S. Upcoming elections. This is coming from Reuters. Vice President Kamala Harris met with Arab American and Muslim leaders in Flint, Michigan on Friday as her presidential committee seeks to win back voters angry at U.S. support for Israel wars in Gaza and Lebanon, two sources said. The meeting is one of several attempts in recent days to fences with Muslim and Arab voters who recently backed Democrat Joe Biden in 2020 but could withhold their votes from Harris in numbers that would cost her the key state of Michigan. Harris met with Engage Action, which recently endorsed her, the American Task Force on Lebanon, and a long-standing friend of Harris, Hala Hijasi, who has lost dozens of family members in Gaza, said the sources who did not wish to be named. Jim Sugboy, founder of the Arab American Institute and a longtime member of the Democratic National Committee, said he declined the invitation. Leaders from the uncommitted National Movement protest campaign said they were not invited to the meeting. A campaign official who spoke on condition of anonymity said Harris discussed the election and conflicts in Gaza and Lebanon during the meeting. She expressed her concern on the scaling of suffering in Gaza, civilian casualties, and displacement in Lebanon, and discussed efforts to end the war, the official said. She also discussed efforts to prevent a regional war, the official added. Well, Lazayat, CEO in Engage Action, he said he and other participants used the meeting to share their deep disappointment on the U.S. handling of the crisis and called on her to do everything in her power to end the war and reset U.S. policy in the region. Image Action asked Vice President Harris to impress upon President Biden the urgency of bringing an immediate end to the violence in Gaza and Lebanon, Al-Zayat said. And that is the international headlines for this morning on koolNews. Now let's get into the weather forecast.
Magandang umaga mula sa Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. Ito ng ating update sa magiging tayo ng panahon sa susunod na 24 oras. Makikita natin dito sa ating latest satellite images itong mga makakapal na kaulapan na nakakaapekto sa southern portion ng ating bansa ay ang patuloy na epekto ng Intertropical Convergence Zone. Ito yung salubungan ng hangin mula sa northern at southern hemisphere. So itong ITCZ sa kasalukuyan umiiral sa malaking bahagi ng Visayas at sa Mindanao. Kaya for the next 24 hours, asahan natin ang mataas na tsansa ng mga kaulapan at mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan, pagkulog at pagkidlat sa malaking bahagi ng southern Luzon, Visayas at itong northern portion ng Mindanao. For Metro Manila and the rest of the country, asahan natin ang maaliwalas sa panahon ngayong araw. Sasamahan lamang yan ng mga isolated rain showers or localized thunderstorms. At sa kasalukuyan, wala pa naman tayong binabantayang low pressure area o sama ng panahon sa loob at labas ng ating Philippine Area of Responsibility. At para naman sa magiging lagay ng ating panahon ngayong araw dito sa Luzon, dahil sa epekto ng ITCZ, asahan natin ang mataas na tsansa ng mga pag-ulan ngayong araw, cloudy conditions with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms dito sa area ng Bicol Region. For Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon, ay magpapatuloy itong mainit at palinsangang panahon ngayong umaga hanggang sa tanghali. Ngunit asahan muli natin yung mga tsansa ng biglaan at panandaliang buhos ng ulan na dulot ng thunderstorms pagsapit ng late afternoon to evening. Maximum temperature forecast para sa Lawag ngayong araw, posibleng umabot ng 32 degrees Celsius. 33 degrees naman sa bahagi ng Tuguegarao at 24 degrees Celsius sa Baguio City. Maximum temperature forecast para sa Metro Manila ngayong araw, posibleng umabot ng 33 degrees Celsius. 32 degrees naman sa bahagi ng Legazpi at 32 degrees Celsius sa bahagi ng Tagaytay. Sa mga lugar naman sa Palawan, Visayas at sa Mindanao, dahil sa ITCZ, asahan rin natin ang makaulapan at mataas sa tsansa ng pag-ulan ngayong araw sa bahagi ng Palawan, buong Visayas at itong western at northern portion ng Mindanao. Sa mga regions yan ng Zamboanga Peninsula, Northern Mindanao at Caraga. Kaya sa mga areas na ito, maghanda tayo sa mga posibleng banta ng pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa, lalong-lalo na kung tuloy-tuloy ang pag-ulan na ating mararanasan. For the rest of Mindanao, itong southern portion ng Mindanao, ay maliwalas sa panahon na ating inaasahan ngayong araw, pero may mga early morning thunderstorms nga tayong naitala dito sa area ng Davao Region. So panandalian lamang yung mga pagulan na ito. Inaasahan natin na for the remainder of the day, mas magiging maliwalas na ating panahon. Posible muli yung mga biglaan at panandaliang buhos ng ulan pagsapit ng late afternoon to evening. Maximum temperature forecast para sa Calayan Islands at Puerto Princesa ngayong araw, posibleng umabot ng 33 degrees Celsius. 32 degrees naman sa areas ng Iloilo at Cebu at 31 degrees Celsius sa bahagi ng Tacloban. Maximum temperature forecast para sa Cagayan de Oro ngayong araw, posibleng umabot ng 32 degrees Celsius. 32 degrees naman sa bahagi ng Davao at 33 degrees Celsius sa area ng Zamboanga. Sa kalagayan naman ating karagatan sa kasalukuyan, walang nakataas na gale warning sa anumang baybay na ating kapuluan. Iba yung pag-iingat pa rin sa ating mga kababayan na maglalayag, especially dito sa northern at central seaboards dito sa northern at central Luzon, sa mga seaboards ng northern at central Luzon, dahil posible pa rin tayo makaranas dyan ng moderate to strong sea conditions, ito yung mga katamtaman hanggang sa maalong karagatan. At ito naman ating 3-day forecast para sa mga susunod na araw. So hanggang bukas, inaasahan pa rin natin ang mataas na tsansa ng mga kaulapan at pag-ulan na dala ng ITCZ sa areas ng Bicol Region at buong Visayas. Pero sa area ng Mindanao, ay mababawasan yung mga pag-ulan na ito, especially dito sa area ng Northern Mindanao. Fair weather conditions na ating inaasahan sa malaking bahagi ng Mindanao, pati na rin sa Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon. At mas mababawasan pa yung mga pag-ulan pagsapit ng Lunes hanggang sa Martes, October 7 to 8. Iiral pa rin ang ITCZ sa malaking bahagi ng Visayas at Mindanao, pero mababawasan yung mga pag-ulan, so fair weather conditions na ating inaasahan sa malaking bahagi ng ating bansa. Gayunpaman, posible pa rin yung mga pulupulong pag-ulan na may pagkulog at pagkidlat na dulot ng thunderstorms, especially nangyayari yan sa hapon hanggang sa gabi. At ang haring araw dito sa Kaminilaan ay sisikat mamayang 5:46 ng umaga at lulubog naman mamaya sa ganap na 5:43 ng hapon. At para sa karagdagang impormasyon tungkol sa ulat panahon, lalong-lalo na sa mga rainfall or thunderstorm advisories na posibleng i-issue ng ating Pag-asa Regional Center, sa i-follow kami sa aming social media accounts at DUST_Pag-asa. Mag-subscribe rin kayo sa aming YouTube channel sa DUST Pag-asa Weather Report at palagi bisitahin ang aming official website sa pag-asa.dust.gov.ph. At yan lamang po ang latest mula dito sa Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Ako po si Dan Villamil Lagulan.
And that is it for the koolNews Early Edition on Hello Pilipinas. We will return with another headlines later with koolNews at noon. Until then, I am Cairo and this is Hope. Now let's get back into Hello Pilipinas to wrap up the show. And now for the quote of the day. This is actually the same quote that I said yesterday on koolNews Prime Time. For fortune befriends the bold. This is coming from Emily Dickinson. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's broadcast of Hello Pilipinas. Thank you very much for joining us to start your Saturday mornings with us. We will be back again tomorrow on the same time, same stations. And oh boy, we are reaching a 6-month anniversary of Hello Pilipinas. So I cannot wait to share our moments like when we first interviewed back then. So yeah, it will be interesting to see what will the next 6 months of what will the next 6 months of Hello Pilipinas look like, right? So yeah, we will take a look back at the first moments of Hello Pilipinas tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. With that, I'm Cairo. Good morning and hello Filipinas, and this is home. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye!